Have you ever heard a story so chilling it makes you afraid to look out your window at night? Tonight, we're diving deep into the heart of Southeast Asian folklore, to a legend that has terrified generations, the tale of the Krasue, the floating head ghost of Cambodia. Imagine this. The moon is high, the village is asleep, and a faint, eerie glow appears on the horizon. It's not a star, not a lantern. It's a woman's head, detached from its body, floating through the darkness with its heart, stomach, and intestines dangling beneath it like gruesome spectral tentacles. This is the Krasue, and she is hungry. By day, the Krasue is not a monster. She is an ordinary woman living amongst her neighbors. She might be the friendly lady who sells vegetables at the market, or a quiet young woman living at the edge of the village. She smiles, she talks, she goes about her daily chores, and no one would ever suspect the horrifying curse she carries. This secret life is part of what makes her so terrifying. The monster isn't some distant entity in a haunted forest. It could be someone you know, someone you trust. She lives with a hidden shame, a dark secret that only reveals itself under the cloak of night. But when dusk falls, the transformation begins. In the privacy of her home, as her family sleeps, she prepares for her nightly ritual, a magical incantation or a deep guttural groan, and her head slowly, painfully, begins to lift from her neck. It separates from her body, pulling her vital organs along with it, leaving her headless torso behind, hidden away from prying eyes. Her disembodied head then takes flight, propelled by an unseen force, glowing with a soft, ethereal light like a will-o'-the-wisp. She is now free to hunt. What does she hunt for? The Krasue has a gruesome appetite. She seeks out the blood of livestock, preying on chickens, cattle, and water buffalo left unprotected in the fields. She drifts silently through the night, her organs trailing behind her, and feeds on the animals, leaving them drained and lifeless by morning. But her most feared craving is far more sinister. She is drawn to pregnant women and newborn babies. The scent of blood and the placenta is an irresistible lure. She will slip through open windows or cracks in the walls of a house, a silent, floating horror, to feed on the unborn fetus or the newly delivered child. For villagers, the sight of the Krasue is a harbinger of death and sickness. The stories passed down from parents to children are filled with warnings. They say, if her dangling intestines brush against clothes left hanging out to dry, you must boil them immediately. If you don't, touching the fabric will cause a painful, burning rash that is almost impossible to cure. Her saliva is considered venomous, and any contact with it can bring about a terrible illness. The fear she inspires is so potent that even the bravest of men would rather face a tiger in the jungle than encounter the floating head in the dead of night. So, how do people protect themselves from this nocturnal predator? For centuries, villagers have relied on a few trusted methods. The most common defense is to create a barrier of thorns. They hang thorny branches, particularly from thorny bamboo or certain types of vines, round their homes, especially under the houses which are often built on stilts. The belief is that the Krasue's long, trailing intestines will get caught and tangled in the sharp thorns, trapping her or at least tearing her apart as she tries to escape. The pain would force her to retreat, leaving behind pieces of her organs as evidence of her visit. Another powerful ward against the Krasue is garlic. Strong, pungent smell is said to be unbearable for the spirit, repelling her and keeping her at a distance. People would hang braids of garlic over their doors and windows, creating a protective shield of scent. Fire is also a deterrent. The flickering light and the heat are thought to frighten the ghostly apparition away. Pregnant women, in particular, are guarded with extreme care. They are often told to sleep in a room surrounded by thorny barriers, with garlic hung nearby, and sometimes a small fire is kept burning just outside the house throughout the night until the baby is safely delivered. But there is one definitive way to destroy a Krasue forever. If someone discovers her hidden, headless body while her head is out hunting, they hold the key to her demise. The body is completely vulnerable. The legends say, If you destroy the body by burning it, dismembering it, or even just kicking it over so the head cannot reattach, the Krasue is doomed. When her head returns at dawn, it will find its body gone or destroyed. Unable to reconnect, the floating head will fly around in a panic, shrieking in agony as the sun rises. The first rays of sunlight are fatal to her. Without the protection of her physical form, she will be burned to ashes by the morning light. Her curse finally broken. Her reign of terror over. The origin of the Krasue curse varies from region to region, but many tales speak of a woman who dabbled in black magic. She may have been a powerful sorceress who made a pact that went wrong. Or perhaps she was a beautiful noblewoman who was betrayed and cursed by a rival. One popular story tells of a princess who was arranged to be married to a powerful Siamese nobleman after a war. However, she was already in love with a simple soldier. She was caught with her lover and sentenced to be executed by burning. Just before the flames consumed her, a powerful sorceress cast a spell to protect her. The spell worked, but only partially. It saved her from the fire, but it left her with an insatiable hunger and the horrifying curse that would plague her for eternity. This tale isn't just a scary ghost story told around a campfire. It's a powerful, cautionary tale that resonates deeply within the culture. On one level, it's a warning about the dangers that lurk in the dark and the importance of protecting one's family. It reinforces community values, as villagers must work together to ward off this shared threat. On another, more symbolic level, the Krasue represents the idea of hidden darkness within seemingly ordinary people. It's a metaphor for the secrets we keep, the ugly parts of ourselves that we hide from the world. The Krasue's daytime persona is a mask, and the story serves as a reminder that you can never truly know what lies beneath the surface of another person. It's a chilling thought that the monster isn't always a stranger from the woods, but could be the person living right next door. So, the next time you find yourself in a quiet, rural village late at night, you see a strange, faint light bobbing in the distance, you might want to pause. Listen closely. Is it just a firefly, a distant lantern, or is it something else? Something ancient, hungry, and impossibly real. The legend of the Krasue has endured for a reason. It taps into our most primal fears: the fear of the dark, the fear of the unknown, and the terrifying possibility that the greatest horrors are the ones that hide in plain sight. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the shadows. If you enjoyed this dive into folklore, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration of the world's most terrifying legends. Stay safe, and whatever you do, don't leave your laundry out overnight.